out of the office. That's the response Kalamazoo Public Schools parents say they've been getting from the superintendent for weeks. Many are now taking their concerns to social media and to News Channel 3. They're asking where the person in charge of more than 20 schools and 12,000 students could be.
Yeah, for days we have been working to get those answers on behalf of taxpayers who pay the superintendent's salary. Our first inquiry to a KPS spokesperson regarding the whereabouts of Dr. Rita Raichoudhuri got a vague response, telling us she's on vacation but working virtually out of the country. So we kept pushing.
A simple question sent to News Channel 3. Where is KPS Superintendent Dr. Rita? On social media, some saying they suspect Raichoudhuri is on a 7-week vacation, but working remotely. Some parents saying attempts to reach her by phone and email have been unsuccessful. Instead, receiving this automatic reply, directing people to contact her secretary. Teachers also have questions. A source closely connected to KPS teachers telling us many are frustrated and asking for transparency from their boss. Raichoudhuri is now well into her 3-year publicly reported 6-figure contract with the public school district. She was reluctant to answer our questions as well, but says she made her team aware of her absence and that other school leaders could handle day-to-day issues. The district's chief executive denied being gone for 7 weeks, instead saying she left during Thanksgiving break with plans to return before the end of winter break, January 3rd. She also wouldn't confirm where she traveled to, saying her personal life is no one's business. With several recent incidents of violence and threats of violence within the school district following the deadly Oxford High School shooting, the timing isn't sitting well with some parents who tell us it is their business. Raichoudhuri continues to defend her time off, saying she is using her contractually earned vacation days in conjunction with scheduled district-wide breaks. She adds she has been in communication with the school community when necessary, like this recent post on the district's website.
We repeatedly asked Raichoudhuri for a Zoom interview or an official statement. She has declined both requests. Raichoudhuri said via email that, quote, "The board employs me, not the community. They are entitled to know the details of my time off, not anyone else." We have also reached out to the board president and vice president regarding the absence. As with all communications, we were referred to the district's communications director, who is also on vacation. I'm now to Battle Creek, where the 11-week strike is over. Kellogg's company and the union of workers on strike have struck a new deal.
Yeah, Kellogg says that the labor agreement includes a pay raise and better benefits for all employees.
Our Jay Shatara is live in Battle Creek, where the nationwide sweet celebration feels a little salty tonight. Jay.
Yeah, guys, good evening. Kellogg and the union that represents its workers have agreed to a new 5-year labor contract. Let me just step to the side here. This was once a picket line with strikers at the cereal plant here in Battle Creek, sort of blocking off the road. It is completely empty. Tents have been broken down. Fires are out. And a lot of these employees are not happy with the new deal.
Have the fight stopped when we're winning. It's very disheartening.
The strike is over. But the mood is somber. Frowns fill the union's office in Battle Creek. Some cereal plant workers say the strike cost them more than $20,000 in lost wages. Plant worker Todd Manuso says this is the new labor agreement and it's not what workers were fighting for.
If you want to find someone that's excited about this contract, you're going to have to travel, because there's nobody here that feels like this is a win.
1,400 workers across 4 plants in the United States will go back to work next week. Manuso says the majority of workers on strike in Battle Creek did not vote in favor of the 5-year deal, but the majority of the union's members did.
I feel if the person's working next to me, he should be making what I make. It's that simple. It's a way to divide and conquer.
The labor agreement includes the 2-tier system, which pays new employees less money. It also is what picketers in Battle Creek have pushed to eliminate for 11 weeks. According to the Kellogg Company website, workers will have a path to the first tier after 4 years to get more money, better benefits, and a pension plan.
I want to see something with, you can see the light when you first get here. 6 years to 9 years or something like that, to me, there is no light.
He says the pressure was on and striking workers were winning the fight after backing from political leaders like Bernie Sanders. Haywood says the new agreement doesn't offer much change and that the union vote doesn't speak for cereal plant workers in Battle Creek.
Federal health officials say the new Omicron variant accounts for more than 70% of new COVID-19 cases. Today, Michigan's governor announces a statewide goal to have 1 million more Michiganders receive COVID-19 booster vaccines by January 31st. It's the first time Governor Gretchen Whitmer has hosted a COVID-19 briefing since June. News Channel 3's JENNERJAHN joins us live from Bronson Methodist Hospital in Kalamazoo with pleas from the governor and state and local health officials. ALLIE.
Erica, Andy, hospitals across West Michigan like Bronson are stretched thin again. Governor Whitmer warns Michigan is in for a tough 4 to 6 weeks as the Omicron variant continues to rapidly spread. The director of Michigan State Health Department says nearly 800 Michiganders died during the week of December 3rd. Now, as we are just days away from Christmas, she's asking people to be diligent with COVID-19 safety protocols.
That's over 100 people every day in 1 week who won't be here to celebrate the holidays or ring in the new year. And there could be hundreds or thousands more who won't be at our tables next year unless we make the choice to double down on our precautions this week and in the coming weeks.
The director of the state health department, Elizabeth Hertel, pleads alongside Governor Gretchen Whitmer today for Michiganders to get vaccinated against COVID-19. They say the state is at a critical point in the pandemic.
The longer this virus lasts, the more it spreads and the more it mutates.
The Omicron variant has found its way to West Michigan, and with more than 25,000 deaths statewide, Dr. Shelley Schmidt with Spectrum Health says what she sees every day is heartbreaking.
I see school-age children draped over the body of their parent with tear-streaked cheeks and bloodshot eyes, with their mother asking, "Why my husband?" Their parents asking, "Why my son?" What more could we have done?
Her answer, get the vaccine. And for those who have already done so, get your booster shot.
I wrote the first COVID-19 death certificate for Spectrum Health. And since the beginning of this pandemic, I have never taken care of a patient dying from the vaccine.
The governor says 85% of people who died from COVID-19 in the state between January 15th and December 3rd of this year were unvaccinated.
We know how this virus spreads. We know how to protect ourselves. We can take actions right now to be safer.
Also in Grand Rapids today was a pediatric infectious disease doctor from the Helen DeVos Children's Hospital. She says COVID-19 has now become the #3 non-accidental cause of death in children, only behind cancer and heart disease.